hello to the new Blue Band with vanilla. Double the yum with classic Blue Band flavor and rich creamy vanilla taste. New Blue Band with vanilla, the taste you love plus vanilla. Now available in stores countrywide.
Good morning, Zambia, and welcome again today, Monday, 3rd of August, 2026. We're back with the Sunrise Breakfast Show. We're back with a bang because we know today's a holiday. It is Farmers' Day. Happy Farmers' Day. We are so grateful that you're watching us this morning. Please do continue watching us while you're making your breakfast, while you're having that cup of coffee, while you're driving to wherever you're going today, whether the showgrounds or wherever you are having your holiday fun today. My name is Catherine, and as always, I am with my beautiful people. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Why didn't you answer it? Welcome to the show.
Yeah, well, ladies first. I was just trying to be a gentleman.
You know, you're always such a gentleman. I forgot about that.
He was waiting for me to speak first.
Yeah, unless I had said, Kizito, good morning.
Yes, indeed. You opened me up. But let Rhoda go
Good
ahead.
morning to you, Kathy and Kizito. I think from my voice projection, you can actually tell that it was a very long weekend.
Yeah.
It was very, very busy and very too much activity. But anyways, we're here. And we're so excited to be back once again. It is a Monday, and it doesn't feel like a Monday because, you know, it's a holiday and people are still relaxing, wanting to take their kids to the show, even though it's the last day. But it's always great to see what's happening.
Yeah, and talking about the show, dear viewers, I hope you're there. You know, we've been there bringing motion pictures the last couple of days, and today we just want to also unwind, besides stand coverages and making, showcasing your products and services. I had someone tell me yesterday, please schedule me between morning and 2 o'clock. After 2 o'clock, I want to go and watch DDNS as they do their drills, with my children and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So today will be very, very exciting at the show.
Yeah.
And I hope that the numbers will just skyrocket. Yeah, so people can buy the products and services. Yeah, I wish I had extra income to buy you guys one or two things because there's a lot of goodies.
Yeah?
But it's beautiful out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, we are so loving your swag. You're so swagged up. You look nice. The shoe. Yeah. It's sending the right vibes.
Oh, thank you so much. But you guys are amazing too. And we live twice. I would say twice because there's life here and life up there. But I think life should always be lived not from the price, but from the sense of value that is attached to yourself.
I think you deserve this.
Oh, thank you so much.
That's an amazing way of thinking.
But obviously, just before we get into our conversations for today, just a reminder that today being Farmers' Day, it's actually a public holiday here in Zambia that is observed the first Monday in August. And this is just a day to celebrate the contribution and work of the agriculture sector in Zambia. And of course, we do know that, when we look back, the prosperity of Zambia has depended on its main export, copper. But of course, the presence of copper in the region was known for many centuries. It only became a major industry under colonial rule with the construction of large mines. Of course, copper contributes about 65% of export earnings, which means that the economy is dependent on the price of copper. So the Zambian government way back decided to promote agriculture as a way to diversify the economy away from, the over reliance on copper. So agriculture contributes to up to, just 19% of Zambia's GDP and employs 75% of the population. Yet Zambia has the potential for increasing its agriculture output. So today is just a day to actually look back and see how, we can appreciate agriculture in our country.
Yeah, indeed, you see, we can't have conversations without agriculture. That is food. But what I've also come to like about Zambia is that we've moved from having conversation just about food to value addition. You know, previously we would talk about mango and still import, juices from, Cyprus and so on and so forth, and yet in the mango season, things go to waste. So there's a lot of conversations at the show about value addition, where this mango now becomes a juice, where this mushroom now is packaged in a certain way, and of course we know that our staple food has been maize, but people are gravitating to realize that there could be something else that we could eat besides maize, and just being conscious that, that is very important, because in the recent past, diseases and so on have been associated with the diet and the food we eat. But like also, when you hear about food, we call it food security. So a country can actually go to war, over food, or insecurity, civil war, over food. So I'm glad to report that, I interviewed the FRIA chairman and vice, and they said we have a lot of bumper harvest as a country, and secondly that, they have a lot of money. FRIA has a lot of money to pay the farmers, and that they are using a mobile system now. So within a day or two, after you take your maize, Zangena. So there's a lot of excitement in Zambia, and it is important also, ladies, for me to just indicate, on the sidelines that before now there was a lot of yellow conversation that FRIA has no money, ZNS, this, that, and this one owes what and that. And it was important that at the agriculture show, because it's agriculture related, that the board chairperson, clears all those conversations to say, look, FRIA, is intact, they have money, people are receiving their money. And I think those assurances are important, especially in a time of elections when people are bound to just things to win, voters' hearts. So our country is on course. Yeah.
Interesting. And one other thing we cannot talk about is that we're just 10 days away from election time, and by tomorrow, the election season enters its single digits.
Wow.
So we'll be counting down 9, 8. And, it's an interesting time because now we're just winding up the campaigns, I'm sure, winding up this week I think this week. They can't go into the week of the elections. And so there's so much to really talk about. But one thing I think that should be on our hearts is that we have to be peaceful.
That's right. And Kathy, talking about elections, I was touched to see a pastor come from South Africa, to pray for Zambia, and say Zambia is strategic in not only its location, but being an elder brother in the way we've handled elections. We've changed so many presidents from 1964, no bloodshed, no serious conversations in the streets.
Yeah.
Others are doing others are doing all that. And yet people have continued to live as one, and so we're looking forward to this election in that manner. But again, we can't take it for granted. We have to ask God help us, because sometimes within, humanity can be funny, and other, vices can take through in. So this pastor traveled a 10-member team, expenses paid by themselves, just to say we want to take 3 days to agree with the Zambian people, to pray with them. Bishop Tabu, he's a prophet, but he's not these prophets who prophesy and say what. He just says, look,
Prophets of doom.
He just sees Zambia is a strategic nation, and we do well to pray for Zambia. And I just feel very good to hear that other people hold this Zambia in this high esteem. Unfortunately, I do know that as we go toward the election, a couple of conversations have also hit. We are told now, if you want a visa, to go to the US, you have to go to South Africa. Those are some of the things that we want to, see the next government, sit down and say, hey, America, move on a chance. What are you looking for? Just tell us. Let's talk.
Yeah, I was so glad that obviously on this program today we'll be talking to the pastor, obviously just encouraging us as we are headed towards the polls. And one thing I love about this country is, in as much as, the politicians will do the name calling on social media, push each other here and there, but we always prioritize prayer, because we know that for us to be united and for us to be a peaceful country, we need to put God first.
I love that too. Yeah, that speaks a lot about us. Well, there's so much to come on the show, but we also want to tell you that we have an interesting feature of a Kenyan motivational speaker all the way, and he goes by the name of Kelly Inspirations, and his full names are Ezekiel Kelly Odongo. Maybe you have seen him on your social media pages, so we'll be talking to him on the breakfast show. We also have the district governor, Lions Clubs International District 413 Zambia, Lion Engineer Rex Chisulo, MJF. We'll ask him what MJF means, to talk to us about the club's new vision aimed at creating even stronger impact in Zambia and the world. And later, as we've heard, we talked to Zambia Beacon of Hope for Southern Africa, Bishop Tabo from the Southern, I think you already talked about it. And so, election period is also prayer season. So that's what we have. But maybe you guys have something serious on your minds. Like seriously, you're thinking, this is something I want to talk about, or this is something I have observed. Or it could be just a personal thing that you want to share.
Yeah. Kathy, no, sorry, Rhoda, did you want to say? Do you want to?
Well, not really something personal that
Yeah,
I'd love
it's
to share,
about
but
holiday,
it's
Heroes
what I
Day.
saw
Yeah.
recently, where the opposition did post about, they needed some financial assistance to take them through this campaign season. And, from what we're seeing, it's like people are definitely coming through for them, and doing their contributions.
Yeah, it's amazing. I think by this morning, they had raised something like not by this morning, by yesterday or something like that, they had raised about 4 million kwacha. So, well, I don't know if that should be like a measure of some sort, like a measure of how people are really supporting, that they are able to donate this amount of money in such a period of time. I don't know, what do you think, Kizito?
Okay, I do. My line of thoughts is dual. The first thing is that in developed countries, there's an amount of money that is meant for political parties, for all political parties to level the playing field. But in some of these countries where we are, this is not the case. So you depend on well wishers and goodwill, for President HH, when they were in opposition, did the same. And I remember there was a lawyer who came in and said, look, I want someone to contribute this much. So you need a lot of money for logistics. The money also to secure the votes, because this political party is going to require to send people to all the polling stations, to secure their votes. So in this regard, they need quite a lot of money. And this was quite an intelligent move on their part. And the response from the Zambian people shows, well, I think that Zambians have matured, and that also that I think they have a big buy-in. We can't underrate them. I think that the numbers that they are amassing should inspire confidence and bring waves in the other camps. My other views are deep and may contradict.
No, we don't mind hearing contradicting views.
Yes. But before I go to very hard on politics, I have something to be happy about. Here on this set, we cried about our colleague who was in Chooks, who was in the cell, and as soon as I saw that he was released, I was like, wow. It just felt good, and I'm glad that we've been part of that conversation that has been pushing for the release of one of our colleagues, not just because he's a colleague, but because it is important that human rights are respected. So indeed, that's my...
some good news.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. There's some great stuff happening, but tell us, how are you spending your Farmers Day today? Are you hitting the agriculture show? Are you taking the kids somewhere? Are you staying at home to watch your TV and watch PTV2? So message us and drop us a line and your thoughts on our media live stream. That is PTV2 Zambia. I know that you want to take a breather, just as we want to take a short breather. When we come back, we go on to talk to our motivational speaker from Kenya. We'll be right back.
hello to the new Blue Band with vanilla. Double the yum with classic Blue Band flavor and rich creamy vanilla taste. New Blue Band with vanilla, the taste you love plus vanilla. Now available in stores countrywide.
As Zambia counts down to the 13th August general elections, PTV2 Zambia is your trusted source for every major update, every key development, and every decisive move.
Campaigns are underway, promises are being made, and the battle for votes has officially begun.
During this election season, we will break down the 2026 general elections, comparing today's political landscape with 2021 and previous elections.
We'll analyze campaign promises, scrutinize manifestos, and we bring you in-depth coverage in 7 major local languages. Most importantly, we'll give the people the voice.
In 2026, like we are 1994.
Because this election is all about the Zambian citizen. And when the votes begin to count, we'll be coming live from the Mlungush International Conference Center, delivering verified, accurate, and up-to-the-minute results as they happen.
Stay tuned to PTV2, the home of breaking news.
Early in the morning, fire on the stove, love in a pie, that's the life we know. From the fields to the table, every bite it shows. Primarily me, the taste of home. Primarily me, the taste of home. Primarily me, the taste of home. Mama in the kitchen, we never eat alone. Primarily me, the taste of home.
Prime Mill Meal, pure, proudly Zambian, the taste of home.
The following is a political advert and does not reflect the views of Prime Television, but those of the content provider.
For decades, Zambia has searched for its promise. Through triumph, sacrifice, and difficult seasons. Many promised change, many spoke of hope, but the burden remained heavy. And then, a servant of the people stepped forward. Not perfect, not a magician, but a man willing to lead his people through the wilderness toward a better Zambia. Like Moses leading his people toward the promised land. The journey was never meant to be easy, because nations are not built overnight. They are built through faith, sacrifice, and perseverance. The work is not finished, but Zambia is moving forward.
On the 13th of August 2026, vote for Hakainde Hichilema as President of the Republic of Zambia.
The preceding content is a political advert and does not reflect the views of Prime Television, but those of the content providers.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for staying with us. You are watching the Sunrise Breakfast Show today, 3rd of August, 2026. And as promised, we have a great motivational speaker all the way from Kenya as he develops great insights using practical examples that make you just go, wow. You know, he goes by the name of Kelly Inspiration, and his full names are Ezekiel Kelly Odongo. Kelly Inspirations, welcome to the Breakfast Show this morning.
Thank you so much, Catherine. I really connect with Zambia. Zambia is my other country. Thank you so much.
That's so great to hear that. And I was just telling you about our holiday today, that we are celebrating Farmers Day.
I think this is a holiday that should be mandatory for the whole Africa. if a country can decide to celebrate farmers, that is awesome, because we know that, farming is the backbone of the African economy.
Yeah.
So when you people decide to celebrate Africa, I like that, because personally I'm a farmer. I do poultry, among other things. So I feel celebrated in Zambia.
That's amazing.
We have done the introduction, but I know people who may not have seen you before are asking, who's Kelly Inspirations? Please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Kelly Inspiration, my full name is Ezekiel Kelly Odongo. I'm a Kenyan based in Nairobi, Kenya. I am a transformational speaker. My purpose is to inspire individuals and organizations to achieve their vision through mindset transformation. So that is my main, that is the main thing that I do. I transform people's mindset to see big, to see bigger vision, to achieve their vision on earth. And I'm very active on social media, on my social media handles at Kelly Inspiration. And like you've mentioned, I use practical things. I use everything around that people can associate with to drive a message, because you start from the known to unknown. And I've seen this, people appreciating this strategy so much. Yes, I've been to Zambia a number of times. I've been to Zambia 4 times on the account of speaking, just trying to, yes. And so many other African countries, just trying to inspire people, trying to transform mindset so that people can see big and people can achieve more in their personal lives and in their organizations.
So why do you think that is important? Why do people need to see big?
You see, one thing that I believe is that God, when God calls you, He first of all takes you through the experience. He gives you a taste of the experience of the people that He's sending you to save. I've been a victim of that throughout my childhood. When I was in lower primary school, I was used to traffic drugs. You carry your bag as you go to school, you're told, let people believe that you're going to school while your bag is full of drugs, you are trafficking. I lived in abject poverty where I had no one to motivate me. Throughout my primary school, I went barefoot. And such kind of things kept on drumming in my mindset that, what's happening, there is nothing good that can come out of my life. I was doomed to poverty. When you hear people talking about all kinds of ancestral things, so all kinds of things. So it kind of configured my mind to believe that that is life and nothing better can come out of life. It was when I started getting exposed to various aspects of life, various speakers, that I started seeing life differently. And that really expanded my thinking. And I said, wow. So someone with uncommon potential can actually remain in prison, can actually remain in custody for the rest of their life, just because they never got a message. They never got someone to expand their mind, to make them see life differently so that they can pursue something. I am a product of mentorship. I'm a product of people who showed me that, what's happening, life can be better and you can think differently. And that has been, that has been so beneficial to me. That has become the backbone of what I do. That what's happening. There are people outside there who can actually do better. It's just that they do know better. So if you can show them better, they can do marvelous things. And I've seen it happening. You see, motivation or even inspiration is like a fuel. You can have a brand new car that is mechanically sound with a qualified driver. But if the car does not have fuel, it will not go anywhere. So it's the fuel that you put into the car and the car begins to move. So sometimes there are people who just need that kind of fuel to begin moving in life. Yes. So apart from the inspiration aspect, I also do trainings in the areas of interpersonal skills, in the areas of transformational leadership. Those are now practical tools that you give people to, in their areas of work and in various organizations.
Okay. So now, do you
Yes.
mean that
Can
anybody can
expose themselves to these positive messages and change their lives, even if they're living in abject poverty or they've never been to school? Is that what you're saying?
It is true. You see, from the other things that we acquire in life, there is that thing that you are born with, that ability that is innate. Are you getting that? So that ability can be provoked. There are a lot of things that just need to be ignited. Are we getting that? So regardless of where someone is, all they need is just an information. You see, knowledge gives you an edge. We are where you are today. We are where we are today because of the knowledge that we have. And in order to get further, in order to do better, we need a better information. Are we getting that? So someone that probably is not doing well just need some information to open up their mind to do something. I have seen, for example, here in Kenya, there's a gentleman who actually dropped out of school. I'm not trying to encourage that. I am very passionate about education. I speak to students and encourage students, and personally educated, and I'm still going on with my education. But I'm just using this example to drive in a point. There's a gentleman here in Kenya who was employed by someone to take care of their poultry. So as he was taking care of the poultry, this man was learning the skills. Then after a while, he started rearing his poultry. And as we speak, the gentleman has more than 300,000 chicken. Tell me where that person will be poor. And now tell me where a degree is applicable in that case.
Yeah.
So this person never knew anything about chicken, but this person was hungry. And hungry for knowledge and hungry for success. So as he was employed to work somewhere, he was learning, and then he went and executed. And right now, he's a very rich gentleman. Wow. You see, one thing I keep telling people is that in order to succeed in this life, I have discovered two major things that if you can imbibe into your system, then I can tell you can break any barrier. Number one, stay hungry. And number two, look stupid. Those are statements. Yes. Stay hungry. And number two, look stupid. Now, have you realized that when you are hungry and you enter a house, any food, any element of food, you will feel the smell of any food around, including strong tea. You will feel. When you are hungry, I can tell you lemon fruit will be very sweet. When you are hungry, you will spot food all over. But when you are satisfied, even if someone presents food, it will be like, you guys, why are you bothering me? I'm satisfied. So you have to stay hungry for success. You have to stay hungry to achieve something. If you lose that hunger, you have lost the momentum. So always stay hungry. What can I do next? What can I achieve next? But you realize that many people have the mindset of over-celebration. You get something and you over-celebrate. Everyone has to know about it. But what people don't know is that celebration is also information. And you don't know the kind of people you're informing of what you have. That is why many people experience a lot of setbacks after big celebration. I'm not trying to say that people shouldn't celebrate, but have the limits of your celebration. And after celebration, please stay hungry. Go for something. Another thing is look stupid. Many people keep procrastinating things because they want to look good. How will people see me? I want a big launch. I want a big office. I want a big capital to start this because, I want to look good. How will my friends, if I start small, people will think I'm a failure, all kinds of things. But that is it. But anyone who has built anything significant once looked stupid and people despised them. But that is what many people avoid. They don't want to look stupid. Why? Because many people would rather remain stagnant, would rather remain the way they are in life than, strangle their ego. So ego is a very serious enemy to people's success. Look stupid. Let people say what they want to say, but start from your level. Start with what you have. You see, what happens in life is that silence has a way. Success has a way of, silencing insult. Your success will silence any element of insult. So people should not fear looking stupid. Let people say what they want, but start from wherever you are. When your result will come out, it will speak on its own.
That is something I think I'm adopting just from now.
I will look stupid. I would choose to look stupid for my dreams and the things I believe in.
Yes.
Okay, so I just love that. I was about to ask you what kind of messages do you send out, but I have heard that you have that power inside you that you are wanting to take to the world. So I want you to send a message to Zambians that view you, because that's how I found you on social media. So I know that a lot of people are watching you even from here. What message are you sending out to them?
First of all, I love Zambia for a number of reasons. I remember there's a time I was in Zambia, just walking in the streets, people were hooting in the traffic. Oh, Kelly. I was wondering, So I thought if I come to Zambia, I'm in a different place, I'm hidden. No, people know me there.
Yeah.
I've loved Zambia so much. So I went and checked my analytics on the social media, and I realized that my next, my next fan base, apart from Kenya, is actually Zambia. And one thing I love with Zambia is that Zambians are very gentle people. The Zambians are very gentle and very good-spirited people. I can tell you that because I've been to a number of Africans. They are so welcoming. And you are in Zambia, no one cares about you. You are there. And I have walked around Zambia. I've been to a number of places. I've gone to Livingstone by road. And I can tell you, Zambia gives the real picture, the original Africa that we have been talking about. So when I hear that the Zambians are celebrating a Farmers' Day, I'm very happy because as I walk through Zambia, I see a lot of potential. Zambia is the country that you walk around and everywhere is fertile. I can tell you for a fact that Zambia can feed most African countries if they can embrace agriculture aggressively. Yes, there are countries like Mauritius, not very big, but is the biggest transporter of sugar in Africa and other parts of the world. Now, look at a country like Netherlands. Kenya is divided into 47 counties, that is regions. And Netherlands is not even one size of a county in Kenya, a region in Kenya. But Netherlands is the greatest transporter of agricultural products globally as we speak right now. But you look at Zambia, very big. Zambia is very fertile. Zambia is, you see gold everywhere. In fact, I heard the other day that currently everything beneath, is it 3 meters, is for the government. Why? Because Zambia is full of mineral left, right, center. What I can tell Zambians is this. If you could only know the kind of ability that you people have, then I can tell you Zambians can do great things, especially in the area of agriculture. Now, let me tell you a short story that I experienced, and I keep telling people this story just to open up their mindset. I went to Nigeria. I've been to Nigeria a number of times, and I was told of a billionaire in Nigeria that loved children. So every time someone has an appointment and the person goes with a child, the billionaire would ask the child what the child needs. And whatever the child says, the child will be given. Even if the child says, I want a vehicle, I want, a house, I want what the child will be given, because, when you're a billionaire in the tune of, when you're a billionaire in dollars, those are coins. So one day a lady had an appointment to meet the billionaire, and the lady went with a daughter. So when they were through with their meeting, the billionaire asked the child. And before that, the lady had trained the daughter on what the daughter should say when she's asked, what do you want? And she told the daughter, please say, I want a house, a car, and 1 million. And she kept on repeating until she was sure that the girl has mastered what to say. So when they went, then it was the turn for the billionaire to ask the child what the child wants. The billionaire asked the child, Toto, what do you want? Toto is a child in Kenya, how we call a child in Kiswahili. And the child forgot everything she was trained, and the child says, I want biscuit. Yes. So the lady just missed an opportunity to get a car, a house, and 1 million because the child forgot and said biscuit. Now, Catherine, let me ask you something. Will you blame the child for asking for biscuit?
No, because biscuit is probably what the child wants.
This is what the child wants. Not even what the child wants. That is the level of the child's mindset. Are you getting that? So you can be the midst of opportunities, but you'll always narrow, you always reduce the opportunities to the level of your mindset. You can be where possibilities are there, a land of all kinds of things that are possible, but you see strangers coming to see things, the possibilities in your land, taking advantage of what is there, and you can't see it. Exactly what happened in South Africa. Foreigners are going there, seeing a lot of opportunities which they can't see. Once they begin to exploit the opportunities, they now see, oh, so this was possible. Then they now chase them, that you've taken what and the thing. Yet those are things that were lying there, but they could not see.
Okay.
So anywhere you are, be it anywhere you are, be it in where you're working, in anything that you're doing, get to know that there are a lot of opportunities around you. And depending on the level of your mindset, you will pick at the level of your mindset. So what I can tell Zambians is this. Begin to broaden your view. There are a lot of opportunities that we have. We have land around. If people can come together, form circles, and get money and drill boreholes and begin to do irrigation together, I can tell you Zambia can go far. Apart from that, in other areas of education, in other areas of life, just begin to think big, and I can tell you we can go far. Zambia has a lot of similarities with Kenya, actually.
Yeah. Well, you know what? This has been such an interesting discussion, and I would have loved to go on and on, but we only have so much time. But we hope that you can call again on our show just to talk about many other interesting things. I'm sure our viewers would love that. But we also close with a video that you did. And it's about, in relation to the Victoria Falls and the Zambezi. This is interesting and I want our viewers to see. So, Kelly, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much.
Okay, have a great day.
Okay, you too.
Okay, thank you.
Well, viewers, that was Ezekiel Kelly Odongo, who goes by the name of Kelly Inspirations on your social pages. I just forgot to ask him how. Kelly, are you still there, though?
Yes, I'm still here.
Yeah, please just
tell us how people can find you.
Yes, people can find me on my social media, Kelly Inspiration, Facebook, Instagram, everywhere, Kelly Inspiration. I also have books. I've written 4 books, Seeing Beyond the Obvious, The Cost of Becoming, Wisdom from African Proverbs, and Practical Ways to Overcome Procrastination.
Okay, great.
Thank you so much again, and let's now just go to the video.
Thank you.
I went to the Great Victoria Falls in Livingstone, Zambia, and the first thing that marveled me was people from all walks of life. People travel from corners of the world just to go and experience the Victoria Falls in Zambia. There is no way you can go to Victoria Falls and fail to be mesmerized by the wonder of the world. That place is a completely unique environment, and the kind of things happening there are beyond human imagination. Now, I later discovered the source of River Zambezi, where the Victoria Falls is. And I discovered that the source is actually in a small district in the northwestern province of Zambia. And it starts as a small stream in the forest, a very small stream that comes down as it picks tributaries and keeps developing into a big Zambezi river. And do you know what? The name Zambia actually came from the name Zambezi. The country was named after the great river Zambezi. It came from Zambezi, now finally tuned to Zambia. I want to ask you a question. Imagine someone decided to divert the source of River Zambezi to his farm so that he could do irrigation with that river. Do you think we would have the great Victoria Falls? Do you think Zambia would be called Zambia right now? Do you think we'd be having people traveling from all walks of life to Zambia because of the Victoria Falls? That could not be the case. But see how the small stream was allowed to grow, to develop, and it now forms a wonder of the world. You don't know what that small thing that you are starting can become if you remain consistent and grow it. Many people have had the source of River Zambezi in their lives. That little business or that little income can be the source of River Zambezi. But if you divert it to irrigate your life in form of pleasure, in form of immediate gratification, then it may not grow. Then even though it was meant to grow into a River Zambezi, which finally forms the Victoria Falls, it will die right at that point. The truth is that many people have belittled what would have changed their life because it was looking small at the beginning. Do you know Africa is not poor? But the challenge is that some people divert the small source of River Zambezi into their pockets. And so the countries cannot experience the great waterfalls. Countries which were meant to be extremely rich cannot become rich because the resources which were meant to develop the country was diverted to irrigate someone's life. What is it that you are having that you consider little? Do you know that talent, that uniqueness could be your source of River Zambezi? That little income that you have, that little company that you started could be the source of River Zambezi. Keep developing it. It may give you the experience of the Victoria Falls. Thank you.
For decades, Zambia has searched for its promise. Through triumph, sacrifice, and difficult seasons. Many promised change, many spoke of hope, but the burden remained heavy. And then, a servant of the people stepped forward, not perfect, not a magician, but a man willing to lead his people through the wilderness toward a better Zambia, like Moses leading his people toward the promised land. The journey was never meant to be easy, because nations are not built overnight. They are built through faith, sacrifice, and perseverance. The work is not finished, but Zambia is moving forward.
On the 13th of August 2026, vote for Hakainde Hichilema as President of the Republic of Zambia.
To have conversations at this morning sunrise breakfast show. It's a beautiful Monday morning, and of course a happy Farmers Day as we continue to have high level conversations that matter and in this regard. And off the sidelines over the weekend, something very interesting did happen among the Lions, I would say, where they received new leadership that seeks to bring impact on humanity and just upscale service delivery to humanity, which Lion is known for. Indeed, we are told a new era of service. At the end of the day, even a tree does not eat its own fruits. It is what you get that you basically plow into other people. And so we have in the studio a new Lions district governor, and when I heard district, I was almost thrown away. I thought it's a little district like Samfia and so on and so forth, but this is basically the country, Zambia in particular. And so we are in the studio, joined by the new district governor, Lions, and Engineer Rex Chisulo, who is going to help us unpack what happened on the weekend, and added the accolades MFJ, which is going to unpack. There's just quite a lot. He comes well branded, with a lot of medals. I wish I could have half of them, but I think I have a few that may not be that you can see. Welcome, Governor, to Prime TV.
Thank you very much, and thank you for having me.
Thank you. Before we go to the intricates, just tell us I grew up seeing Lions. I think my uncle in the Copper Belt was a governor, and I didn't understand what it meant. But the court, I do remember. And now that you are here, then I can play catch up from my childhood memories. What are Lions all about, the Lions Club?
Thank you very much. Yes, indeed, there are very few people that understand what Lions is. Mm-hmm. To begin with, we're a service organization. Mm-hmm. So our motto is that we serve. Mm-hmm. And because we serve, we'll always say where there's a need, there's a lion. Mm-hmm. So we have global causes that we are going to attend to. Okay. And Lions is about meeting the deficiencies that the vulnerable might have. Mm-hmm. It could be hunger, it could be sight, mm-hmm. it could be cancer, mm-hmm. all those things, humanitarian service, disaster relief, all those services, a Lion is going to come in and help.
Oh, all right, okay. So you are basically about service delivery to the people.
Correct.
Okay, so how do you identify, the needy areas and move in?
That all depends on, it is about the community. Uh-huh. We are not secluded from the community. Mm-hmm. We are actually living in the community. Mm-hmm. And in those communities, we have Lions that are going to identify the needs that people need. Okay. And eventually, mm-hmm. we have the press. Mm-hmm. The press is going to talk about something mm-hmm. that we are going to be watching on television, mm-hmm. and we are going to identify a need, and then we are going to move in accordingly. Okay.
Governor, back to you. It's a special time for you. You have taken a torch for the next 1 year to take leadership, and I hear your appeal in those videos where you said leadership is service to the people. It's not titleitis. you know, and I was very fascinated by that sentiment, because many people who are in leadership want to wear the titles and be known by the titles. For you, what does this mean? And first of all, maybe what just inspired you to be a lion, because you've climbed the ladders to come to this level.
I was inspired to become a lion because of what I'd seen my friends doing. I would be with colleagues, and then they would be like, we're going for a project. So one day I decided, let me follow them for this project. You know, our human setting, our default setting as humans is that we always want to do something. Wherever you feel you can help, you always want to be part of it. And then I realized, yes, I'm a kind of person that enjoys helping people. But once I attach myself to this organization called Lions, it will be easier for me to have an impactful service. Because it won't only just be me, but it will be a group of people. I'm sure you agree to say where one or two people, where more than two people meet, the impact is greater. So that is how come I was driven also to come into this organization. And then you find that in this organization, there's planned leadership, as it were. They don't just leave you, as it were. They will always give you the training, and that gives you the drive. And I felt, yes, I think I can have a more impact if I climb the ladder, as it were, and get to the helm. And yes, God has allowed it, and now I'm at the helm, and I hope to lead District 413 to greater heights. As I earlier on mentioned, you find to say, I'm not going to be the first district governor, neither am I the last. So the way we operate as Lions is that we are going to build on what others have left before us. It's about continuity and responding to the emerging needs that are coming.
Okay, so you still continue to enjoy a very cordial relationship with the past governor, is that so?
Oh yes, indeed. And I really thank her, and that is Maureen Kamanga Bwalia, MJF. She's been very helpful. She's very helpful, very responsive. Actually, she's actually my chief advisor, as it were.
Wow. Okay, now let's look to the future. People are celebrating, but for you, I know there's no honeymoon. You are thinking about what to do and unpack the vision. Politicians have a way of saying, I don't have a vision, but I know it's different for you. It's you have the people at heart, and 1 year is quite a short time, so to speak. So I know you have a lot of activities. What's your vision, and how are you going to manage with speed?
Our vision, my vision, and the vision that I'm selling to my team, the cabinet officers, is that let us be more impactful. All right? First, we're talking about exemplary leadership. And this leadership, just as you have mentioned, is not about a title.
Yes.
It's being there to take the lead. You're not a boss. You are a leader. So it means you are able to identify the talents of people. You are able to groom them, right? You are able to lead them so that they will be able to give a service, and that service should be impactful. And I'm hoping that in our vision, we are going to be more visible. And that is how come we're very grateful that you've invited us to come here. We want to be more visible, be able to show the corporate world also to say we are able to partner with them. Whilst probably, allow me to mention this, whilst probably the corporate world might not really know where the needs are, and we know to say in their budgets they always put corporate social responsibilities. We are ready to partner with them because we have people on the ground living in the communities. So for us to be more visible, they would come on board and would be able to partner with them so that we are seen. And that is our vision. We want to have an impactful service. We want to put a smile back to a person that is hungry. We want to put a smile to a person that has had no vision because of cataract. And those are our causes. And we're going to make sure to say these are seen, and the people out there are able to see it. And once they see it, I'm sure they will want to become part of Lions. We want to grow our membership as well.
Okay. And talking about your membership, when I watched the videos, I saw a lot of youth people, young people present, and that caught my attention because previously conversations and transformation was at that level, eldership. But even you are youthful, and spell that we're picking the people behind. At what level can one start Lions? At school or when you grow up? Because a sense of responsibility, if I have to be engineer like you to start, maybe it may be too late. How do we have this conversation?
As an organization, we say start training them when they're young. So we have a buffer that we call Leos.
Okay.
All right, and in these Leos we have what we call Alpha Leos and Omega Leos.
Okay.
So the Alpha Leos will be the ones that will be, the ones that will be dealing with in primary education.
Okay.
All right, and secondary education. Then we'll have Omega Leos. That these ones will be in colleges, universities, and so forth before they get to the age of 30. So we have this buffer, and we are encouraging them. If you had noticed at the installation that we had, we've actually organized them. They also have a council. So we'll have various clubs and we bring them together so that they are able to be trained for service activities. So that way, as we are moving out, they will be taking over the responsibilities and the offices that are there in Lions. So there's no gap per se. We start them so young. Allow me to borrow a saying in Bemba where they say, imitikula empanga.
Wow.
So we pick it up from there. We have this buffer and eventually they become Lions.
Okay, awesome. I see you have a lot of accolades on your end, badges. I mean, I'm interested. Off my script, would you highlight them?
Oh, well, these are various lapel pins that once we get to mix with the various Lions out there. Remember, Lions is a global organization. We have representation in over 200 lands with a membership of over 1.4 million. So each time we get to meet, all right, we get to exchange these pins, as a good way of showing friendship. Okay. So these pins are just showing you to say, because of Lions, I've traveled the world.
Wow.
And the last country I visited was China, the city of Hong Kong, just last month.
Okay.
Yes. So it is an organization that will also help you in terms of fellowship and networking.
Wow, awesome. Awesome. Now that I'm a friend, are you giving me one of the medals?
I want you to become a Lion. I'll encourage you to become a Lion. And then I'll happily give you one.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much. And Governor, your approach, you are calling for an aggressive approach. What does that mean?
Aggressive in the sense that we should be more visible. Aggressive in the sense that we should be impactful. Aggressive in that we want to be proactive. In this, we are not going to wait for the needy to come looking for Lions. We're going to be proactive.
Wow.
We're going to go out there.
Wow.
When we do a project, we want it to be impactful. For example, if an area doesn't have water, we're not going to get a bowser and send them water that is going to last them a day, 2 days, 3 days. What we want to do is to drill a borehole. Like that impact will remain forever. Every time somebody will remember to say, Lions came here and they drilled this borehole, it is going to be there. That's what we mean by, that's what I mean by being aggressive.
Okay. I do know that largely if you are in the capital city and these urban areas, the level of community engagement may not be very high, but of course the needs in the rural areas are quantum, and they have much more needs, and for them even CDF is a game changer. Are you also reaching out to rural setups? Because when I look at you already, the flamboyancy makes me believe, oh, okay, I'm doing with upmarket, very high level people for me to be a Lion, and these Lions are just meeting among Lions and having very high level conversations. How do we unpack Lion to my brother in Shangombo and my sister and say, look, a Lion has touched you there, Lion has touched you there, Lion has a hand at that hospital. How do we help them?
Thank you for that. First of all, we're very humble people. We are ordinary citizens in the country. What makes us have these impactful services is because we are coming together. Yes, indeed, we are trying to establish clubs in rural areas, deep in rural areas, so that our visibility can be more. And it's not about an individual. It's about a group coming together and being able to make donations and then being able to help the needy. So yes, indeed, We shall also be very aggressive in that area, in that we want to establish clubs in rural areas. We are not just present in Lusaka. We are present in Luapula province. We are present in Western province. We are present in Muchinga province. And these, I'm talking of areas like Chinsali. I'm talking of areas of like Mongo. So yes, indeed. In these areas where probably we could have 1 or 2 clubs, we increase on the clubs so that our impact can be greater.
Okay, I do know that you've had a number of activities that you've worked on in the recent past, and that you want to replicate. You mentioned cancer issues, diabetes, and things like that. Would you recount what has happened in the past and what will be your focus, in your tenure of leadership, 2026, 2027?
Yes, indeed. We have projects that are running. For example, in Mongu, last year, we had an impactful service where we had successful operations of cataract, and we restored sight to over 7,000 people. Wow. So we are talking about a person seeing something for the first time, being able to have clear sight for the first time. That is the impact we had. In Eastern Province, you will remember to say last year we had floods in that area. Lions came in and we made a donation of over $15,000 to assist the people that had been affected by the floods. And eventually in Kafue, we have a project that we are running of diabetes. It is something that probably a lot of us as Zambians have not really looked at seriously, but it is something that we are making people aware in Zambia, so that they should be always be checking their sugar levels, as it were, and so that we can reduce on the diabetes numbers in Zambia. That is for last year. This year, these projects continue. Remember, we talked about building on top of what our previous leaders did. Just recently, we were privileged to make a donation at, just 2-3 days ago, we were making a donation at the Mother's Shelter at UTH. That was very appreciated by the mothers there. We donated blankets, we donated foodstuffs. In the future, we are looking at building a hospital. We are going to call this hospital a Melvin Jones hospital. This one will be offering free services, and this is a project we are hoping that we can start this year, and it is something that is going to remain in Zambia at least for another 50-60 years until probably Kingdom Come, as it were. So there are a lot of projects that we are looking at. Looking at the past, we've achieved a lot. Looking at the future, we are really going to be achieving. We want to be impactful in our service as we continue showing exemplary leadership.
Governor, why
Melvin Jones Fellows? All right, so Melvin Jones is the one that started this service organization. He started it in 1917, was seated with his colleagues. And he had this mantra to say, you are not complete until you are doing something good for someone that is in need. And that's how they started this. And then we've started it, and it has continued since 1917. So we're talking of over 100 years. This service organization has been in existence. And allow me to mention also to say we are going to award you, whether you're a lion or not, we are going to award you an award called Melvin Jones Fellowship. Yes, and for you to be awarded, you just need to make a contribution of $1,000 or more, and that is going to go a long way to help the needy. So you can become one, actually, become a Melvin Jones, despite not being a lion.
I see. And I realize that your vision is big, and going forward, you are bound to achieve a lot, but then visibility is also important, and the more visibility, the more impact, the more other people will see your causes. And I'm glad that your first assignment has been to speak to us, the media, and address the nation. And of course, because we are also on socials, other chapters or districts are also, going to watch this. My question to you would be, how do you intend to work with the media, to tell them, inculcate what you're doing, so that when they report about lions, they are well informed. You realize that. Even my studio, we had to engage you a lot to just understand, what you're all about. It shows if we, the media, have deficiency about lions, then there is no lion. I mean, we say in media, we did not show did not take place. And I'm glad this we captured because it took place as far as we are concerned. How do we bridge this gap?
We want to set up partnerships, and we're very appreciative to Prime TV to have come on board. So we are hoping that we can partner with you and other media houses so that our visibility can be there. And another thing that we intend to do is that we have a newsletter also as Lions Clubs International District 413, and we shall ensure to say we have more publicity of this. We shall be probably printing it more. We also have a Facebook page that we are appealing to everyone. Just type in Lions District 413 Zambia and you'll be able to aware as to what is happening. On top of that, we are also putting up billboards so that as you are entering towns, you'll be aware to say at least there's a Lions Club in town. We just did one recently in Mazabuka. So as you are entering Mazabuka, you're going to notice to say we have a billboard showing to say Lions are present. And one thing I should also be quick to mention is that on our web pages, you also find more information about Lions so that you get to understand what Lions really are. Don't believe in those rumors you get to hear about Lions. It's not true. Get to the webpage and get the information. But otherwise, we're very appreciative to media houses like Prime TV, and we really hope that this partnership can continue on. And our pledge is that we shall ensure to say each time we have a service project, we shall invite you along. Anytime we are going to be doing anything major, we shall invite you along so that you can assist us. We are also appealing to the corporate world out there that please come and partner with us. With your help, with the volunteers that we have, we are able to achieve more.
Talking about corporate partners and just the business community, who are some of the people, some of the entities that you worked with that you'd want to mention and just give kudos to and hopefully replow the relationship?
Well, there are quite a number. One of them being the Zambia National Service. They assisted us to build a clinic in Mwachilele, that is in Rufunsa district. We're very appreciative. Wow. Right now, there's a ABSA marathon that is coming, and we are going to partner with ABSA so that we can be able to assist as the marathon is going through. We are going to have medical camps there. So all those people that are going to come are going to be assisted one way or another. Just yesterday, we had a discussion with Siemens, one of the representatives of Siemens. So we are hoping that we can get into that partnership. We've had partners like these people that are making Boom, and yes, they've really assisted us with cleaning agents as we go out to hospitals and the like. So we are really hoping that we can have more partnership coming on board so that we can be able to serve the needy better.
Governor, time will not allow us to continue, but I would want to ask your passionate words, your last appeal to those who are saying, look, I'm not a lion, I want to be a lion. Where can they find you? And you speak very gently, and when you talk about a lion, I'm wondering the difference between a lamb. You almost look like a lamb. And yet, why the lion? Is it because of the aggressiveness, the rolling, the hunting, or these are the questions that I hope you can answer in your last remarks.
Thank you very much. Yes, indeed, we are humble. Despite us being called lions. Actually, lions is actually an acronym, okay, standing for, yes, it is. Liberty, L, integrity, I, our nation's safety.
Wow.
Yes. Wow. So that becomes lions.
Wow.
So whilst we could be lions, we are very humble.
Wow.
And our appeal is, first of all, to lions, the year has begun. Let us have exemplary leadership for impactful service. Let us be proactive, reach out to the needy. To those that are not lions, please come on board. Be able to assist us. Make a donation that is going to help the needy out there. It could be a donation of detergents that are going to help us at clinics. It could be the medicines that we're going to use to assist people with vision and sight. To the corporate world, please, we really appreciate the help that we have already been receiving. If more can come on board, we'd really appreciate. And lastly, please become a lion.
Thank you. I'm converted. I'm converted, Governor. Provided you make me media publicity a small lion. All right. Thank you so much, Governor. Thank you. You didn't talk about Kathy's question.
MJF.
Yeah, beg your pardon. Yes.
It's MJF. That is an abbreviation of Melvin Jones Fellow.
Okay.
All right. So in honor of our founder, who was Melvin Jones, there's an award that is given to lions and non-lions. All you have to do to be given this award is make a donations to Lions Clubs International of $1,000 or more.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Governor. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. That has been Governor Chisolo, of course, District 413, which is Zambia, quite a voluminous area, I must say, and that he's taken over the torch 2026, 2027, and we can wish him goodwill and his leadership, hoping that they will continue to do good service delivery to the people. He's spoken to me, he's appealed to me, and I'm sure to many other viewers that we become part of this good cause. And I'm genuinely, believing that indeed there's a good cause, and I'm in. I don't know about you, I'm in. So we go for a break, and when we are back, we continue to be more lions. Stay tuned.
Bado wamene muno munzi hapa nina 59 years. Mu 59 years yumo hospital enze patali. So enzo tipasako bazimayi benangu bonongokera mulodi bana. Monga ine mu 1990 inapapira panjira, pamene napapira penze pansanga. So mwana anabwera alasiwa na mauzu anapitira pamene hapa. So hapa tionga government ilipo kuti awe batiyangana akoero batigwira na mpamvu awe tionga ziko maningi ku government kuti baperekelele ba HH bali pampanda.
308 maternity annexes built countrywide since 2021, but there's still more work to be done.
When women rise, Zambia rises. With unity, we will keep delivering and move Zambia forward together.
Say hello to the new Blue Band with vanilla. Double the yum with classic Blue Band flavor and rich creamy vanilla taste. New Blue Band with vanilla, the taste you love plus vanilla. Now available in stores countrywide.
As Zambia counts down to the 13th August general elections, PTV2 Zambia is your trusted source for every major update, every key development, and every decisive moment.
Campaigns are underway, promises are being made, and the battle for votes has officially begun.
During this election season, we will break down the 2026 general elections, comparing today's political landscape with 2021 and previous elections.
We'll analyze campaign promises, scrutinize manifestos, and we bring you in-depth coverage in 7 major local languages. Most importantly, we'll give the people the voice.
In 2026, like we are 1994.
Because this election is all about the Zambian citizen. And when the votes begin to count, we'll be coming live from the Mulungush International Conference Center, delivering verified, accurate, and up-to-the-minute results as they happen.
Stay tuned to PTV2, the home of breaking news.
Welcome to new world of entertainment in Zambia. Cartoons, music, news, movies, drama, series, documentaries, food, travel, the best from Hollywood and Bollywood, international football, including CAF competitions, La Liga, Serie A, German Bundesliga, Saudi League, Carabao Cup, Asian Championship, Barclays Women's League, local leagues, and much more. Grab your AZAM TV decoder at 350 Zambian kwacha and full kit at 589 Zambian kwacha. Affordable monthly packages: 100 Zambian kwacha, 200 Zambian kwacha, and 300 Zambian kwacha. For more details, contact us on 971-246-222, 763-664-455. WhatsApp 77-500-0013. AZAM TV, entertainment for everybody.
Zambia heads to the 2026 general election, a defining moment for the nation's democracy. Who will win the presidential poll and what choice will shape Zambia's future? Follow the latest campaign updates, election stories, and breaking development. Tune in to PTV2 Zambia, the home of breaking news 24/7. From the heart of Africa to the world, we bring you the stories, voices, and development shaping the continent. Stay informed with the in-depth reports, current affairs, politics, business, culture, and major headlines across Africa. Africa in Perspective News every Tuesday.
What is love if you don't give it away?
Want to charm a woman anyway because you are built to pursue.
A purpose marriage, really, and it takes a lot of intentionality.
True companionship is not proximity, it is a mutual knowing. Intentional love will always win. Join us for Love Diaries, where couples share their love stories, play fun games, and more. Love Diaries, where love is honest, learning is constant, and conversations matter. Love Diaries, love will always win.
henna muligisi idekoda ya TOPSTAR amwebele magani atugwa munchili agasimpe amumasena momukala ambunga abahimuwezelela twambo bahomega abahimulimo twamwetela magani muhyogo yonse yajihi ana majaja wa Prime TV2 channel 110 ninganda ileta magani mbwabele. When news breaks, we are already there. Welcome to Prime TV2 Zambia, the channel that never sleeps. From community stories in your backyard to national headlines shaping the country and sports and international updates that keep you ahead, we bring it all to your screen. 24/7 news, fast, reliable, and matched. Catch us on TOPSTAR, channel 110. Watch live on Facebook, PTV2 Zambia. Prime TV2 Zambia, your window to the nation, your gateway to the world.
Hello, welcome back. You are still on the Sunrise Breakfast Show this morning, and we're glad that you're watching from wherever you're watching us from. Guys, so far we've had interesting guests, you know. We just had the governor of the Lions District. I mean, I wouldn't say properly, but I know that you were talking about the fact that a district actually means a country.
Yeah, imagine. I mean, I thought it's a small, space, like we said, district, and only to know that someone is responsible for a country. That's the highest level of honor you can have, really as a human being. But attributed to service delivery, it means you have a big heart. You are accommodative, and you are sensitive to the needs of the people in your community and in your area. And I like the fact that they grow through the ranks. There's a lot of mentorship, and he appreciates the previous leadership that saw him come in, and that he wants to build on what has been built on. I think a rare phenomenon you see in politics. People want to destroy whatever they found, but I think that if we learn to appreciate the foundations, the basics, and the framework, and the input of others before we arrive, it spells a good future. But also to know that there are corporate entities that are coming on board to help. ZNS, for instance, you just want to think ZNS must be just involved in military operations and this and that. But you see, they are able to do much more than this. And I wish that such visibility of projects the media would be informed about, so that people can realize how people are contributing to impact. It's just not government.
Yeah.
I think that we must see more organizations like Lions coming on ground, because you see where you're coming from, Kathy. The needs in the area.
Yeah.
She knows. I do know. What are the needs? If it's a security concern, we can say, hey, what do we do? But at a large scale, then you can come to the district. But before you even come to the district, what are you doing at basic level, at church level, at community level, to just contribute and put a smile on someone's face?
Yeah, I like the fact that Engineer Chisulo was saying that, he was saying having that sense of giving is everything, because what I can do alone, if we came together, would be a greater thing. So I think having that kind of understanding is very helpful in society and in our community. And also, I love today when we featured our motivation segment, is that what I loved about that was he was talking about how as individuals we may want to take, he touched on how politicians would want to take the little and keep it for themselves instead of working for the people so that it can become bigger. So today I think we have touched very important aspects of our daily lives.
Yeah, but also before Rhoda comes in, for our brother, the motivation speaker, I don't even want to call it motivation, because to motivate is just to inspire and you leave a person like hopeful. But that's I would call him a transformative leader, because what he's bringing is to escalate people from one level to another. The analogy he gave of a child who reacts over time, the need of a mom and dad, is what happens today in the marketplace.
Yeah.
They put you in industry, they take you even through to school, but you see, you in your mindset, you are not upscaled. So when you are given a desk to begin to perform, you begin to perform at a level of your natural thinking, at your level of your natural mindset. So you have not been upscaled. You are cramming. You arrive, but you see, there's no originality in the sense of this is my idea, this is what I'm thinking, this is my capacity. You are at 2, but the person loves you so much that they want to put you at 4. And you are in the national team, you are an average player. It will show that, look, you are average. You would be hyped, you be given good interviews, but when you go there, it will show. So I took the fact that we really need to upscale our mindsets. And when we arrive, it's not that the opportunities are not there. Here at Prime TV, there are opportunities. Where you are, there are opportunities. But if you think that it is transition, it is going to America that you will see opportunities, go to America and be a pauper. So if you don't succeed in Zambia, forget about America.
I think that mindset is such a thing, because, you're maybe somewhere, another person will see where like he was saying, like in Zambia, he comes here and he sees all the opportunities. But maybe what opportunities did he see? So even even like you gave an example, you are working somewhere and you're like, what's this even? Like, there are no opportunities, but they're there if you looked harder. He said, get very hungry so that you can smell the opportunities everywhere.
Yes. I'll give an example as Rhoda is unwinding and wanting to give us a bomb. We went into this, it was a media brief, actually a workshop.
Yeah.
It was in the time of one hour band. They were just bringing the public-private partnerships. Okay, so we had this engagement with the Minister of Finance and people who are trying to do business with Zambia, who are trying to come on board as a private partnership to fund certain government initiatives. So when we sat in that meeting, ladies, you'll not believe, in that meeting, all my colleagues, like me, got news. Okay, they are going to do a border post in Kasumbalesa. They are going to do this, and this guy is going to fund at the tune of 16 million. They are going to borrow the money from here. And those were good stories because this meant this is where the country is going.
Yeah.
Sitting in that meeting, ladies, I had money. Money screamed in my mind.
Yes.
This gentleman was talking. He was Jewish, I remember. So on the sidelines, I said, sir, I can help to make your dream a possibility.
Yeah.
So I told him, you know what, I'm very good at making documentaries. So give me your card. I will go on the ground. You are talking. But you see, even your language, because he was Jewish, the English was, you're not, can I go and help so that when you are talking, people can have these visuals. Yeah. You simply show them this is what is happening. And he says, are you sure? I said, yes, sir. How much will it cost? So I went there and told him a breakdown. So I went to Kasumbalesa border post. And it was so bad, every day about 500 trucks would arrive. People would stay at the border for 2-3 weeks to 1 month before you cross. So think about sanitation. Think about there's no water, it's hot, and you are just in to enter the Congo. And you know the stories about the Congo. So the place was just horrible. So we went to various places, and people would say, this is just hell on earth. Others would tell you stories. And I captured all those stories. And at moments I would say, look, there are no bathrooms here. So that lady you see is going to help herself. And I was cut this. You can actually see she's going underneath. Then I cut the story. It was a human story. And that documentary actually helped this particular institution even to be funded in the tune of $16 million, whatever. And then they told me, oh, we've been funded. And they actually told me to produce 200 DVDs, which they took to show elsewhere. Okay? And then they told me, young man, this was very good. So we are now going to create a border post in Kasumbalesa. So go and make a documentary again. So I went on the ground. My friends ended on the story. Okay? Now, here is an interesting one.
Yeah.
In that work alone, in that meeting, from that meeting, I bought 2 cars.
Wow.
Okay?
Yeah.
So in a meeting, in a place, my mind is aggressive. I'm looking for opportunities. I'm looking what will smell, what will make sense. So this is what the gentleman talked about. But this is an education that you require to upscale the mind, not cramming. Because cramming is you get it, you are repeating it. Daddy said the sugar, then we reach the shop.
You forget everything Daddy said.
But it's great that we actually, had a motivational speaker, not because he's from, another country, but also that, a lot of us in Zambia do follow his page, and we've seen what he's able to do and how he's able to inspire not just people from his country, but also outside. And one thing that I like that he said, and I think we've all experienced this, once or twice in our lives, where you get to announce, things before they actually happen. You go around telling your family, your friends about what your plans are before you even get to see the results. So I think he was just reminding us to say we need to, sometimes keep quiet. It's for your own good.
Yeah, and also when you announce, it's like you've already achieved it, especially if it hasn't happened. So you see that if you have an idea and you go tell everybody about it, you water it down to just being an idea, because you feel like, oh, now everybody knows, and sometimes you even drop it. But if you don't tell anyone and keep it in your heart, you nourish it and nurture it such that you feel like, I need to do this, and let the results announce it, so that now people will be like, okay. So now even I, sometimes if it's very important to me, I won't say it to anybody.
But have you noticed that, sometimes when you receive good news, or when you're about to receive good news, you tell somebody people about it, it never happens.
It never happens, yeah.
yeah, but maybe just for sake of balance, what he meant was a premature
announcement.
Because you see, even when a baby is born, you don't right away take the baby to different people, because you, at that point, you're afraid of overexposure. So it is overexposure, I think, that he was speaking to. There's a point at which you need visibility, and there's a point at which they will tell you, okay, here you can't even cover. Even when the president is coming, he will give you an interview, but there's a moment when you go and speak to certain people and say, no journalists, no cameras. The conversations here are not for everyone. So sometimes I think it is just wisdom to say, this one is not for my social media vibes. This picture, I can keep it and post it 2 years later and say 2 years ago. And people are thinking, because also for security concerns, you are saying, hey, I'm here in Bahamas. I'm celebrating. And then people know, so you're not at home. And they know there's a nice TV or a nice dude back home. Someone will take advantage. So it's just being cautious. You can celebrate, but just be cautious. And when you celebrate, what's your inner circle? Some things are better kept in your inner circle. It is a girl saying, hey, my dude is very kind.
And sometimes even to yourself, not even your inner circle has to know about it. Keep it to yourself.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so we can take a bit of time to look, before we go into what the papers say, to just look at some stories on our Facebook page. And we have this press statement that was published on the 2nd of August, and it's from the Secretary to the Cabinet, Mr. Patrick Kanga, who notified the country that the government of Zambia regrets to inform members of the public of the death of Honorable Dr. Joseph Katema, former cabinet minister in the Patriotic Front government. Honorable Dr. Katema died on Sunday, yesterday, 2nd August 2026, in India, where he was receiving specialized medical treatment. The late Honorable Dr. Katema served as Minister of Community Development, Mother and Child Health from 2011 to 2014, Minister of Information and Broadcasting Services 2014 to 2015, and Minister of Chiefs and Traditional Affairs from 2015 to 2016. He also served as Ambassador of the Republic of Zambia to Italy. Funeral gathering for the late former cabinet minister is being held at house number 736, Street 2, Minwood, Vorner Valley in Chongwe District. Government further wishes to advise members of the public that funeral and burial arrangements will be announced in due course.
Yeah, condolences, to the family, and of course to the country, because when you serve at that level, you have recognition from the government for your contribution, and we sympathize heavily with the family. I must say, in the same vein, there's another prominent person who passed away last week. I think one of the vice presidents, I think, in the UPND, Dr. Canisius Banda, is it? Yeah. So we've lost quite a number of elegant and legendary people, and for a family, it's always hard. You hear about someone dying, it feels far, but when it's close, it's your dad, it's your mom, it's your brother. The feeling is just very huge. I've lost my parents before, both parents. Yeah, but when I recently lost my sister, it was even harder. So these are not just things you hear. These are conversations that are very deep. And some people, when a relative dies, they also die. I mean, they are physically alive, but because of so much high-level attachment, especially if someone was a breadwinner, especially if there's no continuity by people who remain, someone was going to school and said suddenly there are no resources. You change places, you change schools. As a widow, you change the circle of friends. You no longer can go because maybe you were working for Zambia Air Force, and now you can't go to that messy, or you can't associate with a certain type of people because so death is something you can't wish on the devil himself.
True. All right, so we've got another story here that says Chipata Diocese Auxiliary Bishop urges politicians to avoid overpromising citizens. So the Bishop of the Catholic Diocese of Chipata, Gabriel Msipu Piri, has advised politicians against making unrealistic promises during campaigns ahead of the 13th August general election. The bishop has also called on all political players to uphold peace and avoid all forms of violence during this election period. He also further urged citizens to turn out in large numbers to vote for their preferred candidates on the 13th of August. He also made these remarks during the priestly ordination of 3 deacons at St. Oscar's Parish in Petauke.
Interesting. I mean, people remember. If you promise, people will remember. What about the promise you said? So it's important to say that promising wins you an election, but delivery is another thing. So promise things that you know that at least they're feasible, things that you can do. Don't promise I'll make canals and rivers through Lusaka and everywhere. But, to get water from Zambezi to here is very difficult, or Kafiwe. So, we want to hear them say realistic things that are actually doable.
Maybe, Kathy, they are borrowing from the greatest rabbi who ever lived and said, I'm coming soon. And he hasn't come. It's been 2,000 years ago. So
well, I think maybe he comes individually, so maybe he comes on a personal level, and then he will tell you, I said I'll come. I didn't say I'll come.
I'll make a public appearance.
So we've got to just be careful, really, and also because he says that he's doing it for our good. But on the page also we find that we have George Nyirenda. I know at the show you've obviously interviewed so many people and seen what so many people are doing, but this one was captured. He's a young man from Ferreira, Luangwa, and George is the founder of Mwetoshi Engineering Solutions, an innovation of turning air into water. Inspired by the drought experienced in Luangwa due to climate change, George invented a groundbreaking machine which converts air into clean, drinkable water. The bottled water called Mwetoshi water is now on sale and has been approved by the Zambia Bureau of Standards as fit for human consumption. Visit George in the Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprise Development Pavilion at the 98th Agriculture and Commercial Show. That's something I want to see.
Wow, that's amazing. Even me, I didn't know that. So that's a lot of investigative work. I look forward to. Do we have a clip for that?
No, I think they're just pictures on our Facebook page. I don't know, maybe we can find them and show him holding the bottled water in his hands.
But there's always something new at the show that someone obviously invented, or there's just a new idea out there. Did you see anything like that interesting?
I'll be very honest. Maybe I've not been privileged. We've been from interview to interview. But today I intend to just take a break and visit some of those stands, particularly where you have a lot of innovations. But there's a lot that is taking place. For instance, I've seen Zambif. I think they brought a new product. They are calling it foods? Foods. Yeah. Is it wonderful food or so? They're diversifying from the meat. They have gone into pasta. They have gone into a number of products that I found very, very, I'm like, oh, Zambia into some of these products. So you can see that business is not the same again. People realize that, look, if you come to Zambia and you just buy meat and you go, now they are saying, look, if you come in Zambia, you find mid meal, you find pasta,
Cooking
you find cooking oil, so that everything is under one roof. It's convenient, but also Zambia gets to have, employ more people, by the value addition, and just knowing that, we should not just be one-sided.
And I think, once a company does great things, they see the potential that is there. And you see, and people talk about monopoly and all, but it's not really about that. It's just that you see that people aren't doing much. They aren't doing anything, because now the pasta that's been trending a lot on our shelves in the stores is imported. Why not make our own?
That's right.
So then they've begun to diversify and see all the opportunities that are there for people to do things. The same with Trade Kings. I mean, we complained, they are killing small industries. But what should we do? Should they just sit and say, this is time for the small industries? I think it's just them.
And talking about killing industries, if Trade Kings, produces volumes, they will have retailers. You see, that is creating jobs for retailers.
And also cutting the production cost for the small companies. Because if you want to go into a washing powder, for example, if they are producing, why not just sell what they are producing?
Exactly. Buy at wholesale and then go and be a retailer. And you have no nightmares.
True.
Production, energy, water, employees.
Okay. So, right now we can now take a look at what the papers are saying. There's always something interesting to look forward to in the papers. And, the tabloids now seem to all, be excited about the elections, because indeed, who can blame them? It's election season, and we're saying we're almost entering the single digit in terms of counting the dates and the days to the polling day. We start with the Diggers newspaper, which has a headline, Binwell explains, Mondobile risks selling Zambia if citizens don't help fund campaign. That's Binwell saying that. And Paraffin Yasila Mukalamp loves HH. And honor your peace, pledge UN urges. Honor your peace pledge, UN urges stakeholders. And the final one on the Diggers is NRPUP raises over 860,000 kwacha for campaigns. Rhoda, which one seems more interesting? Okay, Sito, would you like to go first?
Ladies first.
All these headlines are quite interesting, but I think we did talk about the NRPUP raising over 860 1,000 kwacha for campaigns. And I think that the number has increased as we speak. The amount has actually increased. And obviously, it's also, for them, it's a measure of, at this particular point, how supportive the people of Zambia are. Some people of Zambia are, despite remarks from the ruling or other political parties in terms of, them not giving realistic promises, and also just, we have seen quite a number of support, and this also just gives a picture of, that there is obviously Zambians out there that would love for them to,
okay. And also, maybe sorry, kids at all, I just wanted to say that HH is saying paraffin yasila mukalamp, and then they're going out to ask for money.
Kathy, the way a lantern is made, it should not hold paraffin indefinitely. It's got a measuring spots, liters. It will be 1 liter, 2 liters. That's why you are supposed to go and buy, from the service station, because it's supposed to be serviced. So indeed, the president is right, and is right in the sense that now that Yasira and people have shown goodwill, so I think that what was supposed to be a statement to look like the other guys are not doing well, as backfired. It has actually shown that I think they have a lot of goodwill. They can buy more paraffin and buy more paraffin. Even in the Bible, it says The other people were not wise because they didn't go to buy more. So there's wisdom to go and buy more. If it has, if it has finished, they, you know, you can go and buy more.
Yeah.
After all, they are filling stations.
Yes. And you know, I think that now it becomes crucial because we've seen that there isn't much of donor support, you know, and people have been, you know, having these discussions where they feel that government should release some money even to the opposition for campaigns because they have access to money which the opposition doesn't have, but that's a long story. And I think a situation where we see citizens coming in and sponsoring the opposition is one way to go because they say if a citizen gives even 1 kwacha or 2 kwacha, if all of us do that, then we can help and push their campaigns.
Maybe I wanted to ask, how are they receiving the money? Is it Airtel?
I think they've
CLZ?
created a platform where you go. If you go onto one of the, like maybe the president, the presidential candidates, if you go to Mr. Mundubile's or Honorable Mundubile's page, I think you'll find how to donate. So they've even listed some amounts. I visited it.
Oh, okay.
They've even listed some amounts. If you want 100 kwacha, you click there. They say donate, you go and click. Are you going to click?
You mean I should make my
donation?
Yeah, the donation.
Yeah, but there's also a very interesting headline here that says UN urges stakeholders to honor peace and pledge. Very, very important at this particular time. I think the message of peace should continue as we only have about 10 days to the election. And of course, you know, the UN's message just reflects concerns about political violence and, you know, peaceful campaigning rather than reacting after violence occurs. The focus is preventing it.
Definitely. We have to honor the peace pledge that we've made as Zambians and even for the political heads. So now we move on to the mast, and the screaming headline says, "Stop being biased. Police must serve all citizens fairly. Bishop Mfula. Unza allowance gift, sign of desperation, Sinkamba. KCM monthly output hits 10,000 tons. Bores flushes reserve ratio to 21%. NGOCC censures HH for bullying Iris." I think we expected that one. Yeah, that there were, obviously they would come in and talk about Iris being
But
bullied.
obviously the first time that, you know, Iris spoke out and raised her concerns on how she wasn't happy that, you know, nobody's coming to her defense in terms of what was going on. I think it's because people have talked about it. This is why they've actually spoken about it as well.
Yeah.
Because where we're coming from, I don't
They
think
really
any organization really stood up and said anything about it. But it's good to see that, you know, there are reactions to that.
Yeah. We've got how many? 1, 2, 3, 4 headlines. Which one do you want to go with?
Yeah, but maybe just also talking about our little girl. I think that there's a lot of conversations to pick from this. One is that the ones that are presidential handlers also must, the media, the handlers, must also help leaders to say, look, certain statements cannot be made, you know, because this young girl has the right to affiliate and to belong to any political party of her choice. And the discussion at president and child level should not be seen as someone having power, you know, absolute power like a monarch. Because if it's in a monarch, if the king calls you, you are obligated to drop everything and say yes. But in this particular case, in a democratic dispensation, the conversation must be level grounded. It must you know, respect the girl, you know, as well as the president. So their conversation was private, and when it was brought before us, it was tilted. And when I saw the people from that area remonstrate in the evening, it showed that perhaps we, you know, there was a crossing of a line.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a crossing of a line. And I'm not even discussing the character of the lady in question. You know, that is not the issue. What we're discussing are rights and privileges and responsibilities. You know, even the worst person deserves, you know, a particular right and particular sense of respect. You know, so I would appeal to those who are handling the president and subsequent presidents to sometimes stick to the script. You know, we have come, let's tell people what we want to tell them, what we'll do for them, than name calling, because that left me wondering. I mean, I have seen projects that the president has done, the CDF, for instance, the education, for instance. Those for me are game changers. If the president kept on hammering and talking about those things, I mean, I've been to areas where you drive 8 hours and they tell you since 1964 we've never had a clinic here. Those are stories I want to hear. But to hear about Iris, you know, I froze and I said, is this the progression? Is this a Zambia we're talking about? Certainly not. And this is just the conversations around the lady are always unique and different. When you insult a man in our culture, people will forgive you. You know, when you insult a lady, the whole community, including our mothers, will say, "Mwachtuka," you know, because a woman, you know, carries a certain stature, even if it's a child, you know. So when we address girl children, we are addressing mothers, you know. So we must tone down. And if I were, you know, coming from the president's wing, I would be the first one to apologize on the behalf and say, look, we got excited with the cloud that came and maybe said what we shouldn't have said.
Yeah. But then I don't know what you guys think about this. I feel like also it's the way that he said it. You know, I think there's a better way of conveying a message than speak about it. Like maybe it's just, I don't know. It was just like something to throw away like that. I feel like also the way that he conveyed that message, I think he could have said it in a more what can I say, in a more official way, if he wanted to address that situation. So I feel like also it's the way that he said it that seemed like, oh, okay, this is, you know, bullying of some sort.
Yeah, and I think it's something that maybe the president needs to grab, or those around him need to grab that there's the with a democracy, influence is more effective than power, because people don't accept to be pushed or to be told what to do. You know, you have your power lies in your influence, to influence Iris in a way that she accepts your proposal. But if you go to her and say, oh, I am the president, I'm telling you what to do, she may rebel, and some people don't.
And it's not even rebelling. I think we have a right to say yes or no. You know, a right to say yes or no. And maybe this is where we are saying that a line was crossed. You know, a line was crossed, and we all are saying, Mr. President, you crossed the line. We respect you as His Excellency, but as an individual, as a person, there are certain things that you can't do to us. And there are also certain things that we can't say to you by virtue of personality and by the virtue of the office that that you hold. So this balance is very important.
Yeah. True. So then I think we have been seeing a lot of police, you know, acting against the opposition, as it were. And Bishop Mfula is saying in this in the mass that stop being biased. Police must serve all citizens.
It would be good to bring Bishop Mfula again here, especially before the elections.
I will host him on my show.
I hope he says yes. Yeah, it would be nice to host him again, to come and you know, speak those apostolic messages. And speaking of that, we were praying for elections, and unfortunately our guest says they were lost. I'm hoping maybe after a break we could bring them, you know, online if that is possible. But those are the situations and the conversations that we are having.
Okay, but all in all, obviously, you know, this headline is about, you know, more than just policing. It also speaks to public confidence, you know, in democratic institutions. And during elections, the police are obviously expected to enforce the law impartially, regardless of political affiliation. And when, you know, respected religious leaders publicly question police neutrality, it actually suggests that there are, you know, some concerns about public trust.
Yeah, sure. And that is important that because it erodes public trust and investor confidence. People begin to say this country. So even if someone did this against me, provided they are politically aligned, you know, justice cannot prevail. I also, I don't know if you ladies have seen the story of you know, one who left a certain party and endorsed the president, and they have since expelled him. Is that, yeah?
Yeah, and okay, so I think we have to maybe run through the papers. So let's see, this is Daily Nation, and it says the first headline is RP expels, that is, I think this is what name is this? The Resolute Party or something
Yes,
like
Resolute,
that?
yes.
RP expels betrayer, Dr. Piri. Mundubile Makebi used to beat people, says HH. We've refused to mortgage our country, Chisanga.
Yeah. The Resolute Party, I'm so glad that some of the things must go to the Constitution Court to be decided. And at this point, even after this doctor leaving, and it's surprising that a man of that caliber would ditch his colleagues at this point. Of course, it's his democratic right. Yeah, but the beauty is that he does not leave the party stuck. You know, he doesn't leave the party stuck. And more so that the Constitution Court has ruled that whatever happens after nominations is inconsequential. It doesn't change anything. It is just meant to weaken the opposition. And because the two, Resolute Party and Mundubile Tonse have come together, it is one way of, undermining their performance. And this is not good for democracy. But in Ingalato, politics is about dribbling and thinking. Churuba referred to himself as a master dribbler, you know. So if dribbling will work, it's a smart move. If HH, and it seems for me very good at dribbling. If people are not careful, you will do serious Mingalato on you. So the opposition must be careful to have more dribbles going forward, more red cards, more yellow cards, so people must be careful. And that's politics.
Yeah, okay. And the Daily Revelation, Kala President Nikulimba says HH. West Electric Tour, a success. And as HH wins widespread praise. Okay, Bowes reserve ratio lowering to boost banks lending. Okay, those are some of the headlines.
What about on the banks lending?
Bowes reserve ratio lowering to boost banks lending. So there isn't much of that story, I think.
Yeah, I was there when the central bank governor was talking about those ratios. I just have to speak to an expert, so we can help us unpack what that means for Zambia. But it basically has a trickle effect on the lending rates. That we will see banks reduce the lending rates, which are quite steep. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I think for now, let's take a quick break. And when we come back, we will be winding up the show.
Good morning, and now we turn our attention to what is happening in as far as the sports is concerned. So much that has happened over the weekend. We do have the Copper Queens playing at the Africa Cup of Nations. It was a very sad moment for everybody that expected Zambia to win. Unfortunately, we couldn't win. And of course, we will be talking about also what happened or what is transpiring in as far as the Commonwealth Games is concerned. And I know that so many expected so much from the Commonwealth Games. But we only have so far some bronze medals that we've managed to get. And kudos to boxing. I think they're always medal friendly. They've been giving us medals. And kudos to Alice. She gave us great medals and absolutely amazing medals. Of course, we got a bronze medal. And the main man himself, Emmanuel, also managed to get a bronze medal. So thank you very much for those that managed to do it. Unfortunately for Simon, and this is exactly what I have to continue saying and talking, and obviously we did have Simon being, disqualified, and this time around he was also disqualified, and 2 times in a row being disqualified. And I think this is the person that would have given us a medal from judo. So judo, please, what is happening with Simon? I think we have to really look forward to it and see exactly what has transpired. Why is it that Simon is always being disqualified over the years? So I think we need to find out. And of course, we did have Agnes as well from athletics. She ran very well. She came second in the 200 meters, and unfortunately, she couldn't go through because she was disqualified. These are some of the things that I'm talking about. I don't know what is going on. What is really happening that a particular person has to be disqualified at the highest level of competitions? Come on, man. Come on. I think we need to do better. Remember that even athletes, you remember that the 4x400 meters relay team was disqualified as well. The same things happened. And I think they did well, but unfortunately they were disqualified. So these are some of the things that we're talking about. Is it that they don't understand rules? Is it that they don't know exactly what they're supposed to do? What is going on? I think we need to probe this. We need to find out exactly what has been going on, what has been happening, why are we failing, why are we really where are we missing it in terms of being disqualified and all. We're not supposed to be disqualified anyhow, especially when it comes to crucial games and crucial moments in terms of medals and whatnot. So I think the Commonwealth Games, when they get back, we have to look at certain things that really transpired and move from there. And I think we can find a lasting solution from what has been happening. So we do have some of the other things that will be happening later. We have so many of those athletes that will be still participating in the Commonwealth Games, and only hope that they will do better. We still have the 4x400 meters. And then coming through to Muzala Samukonga. And yeah, everybody expected Muzala to do better, especially when it comes to what he's a defending champion. And we expected he's going to do well. And I think the comparisons came through. We talked about him a number of times, mentioning what he was supposed to do and what he needed to do. And basically when he went there, unfortunately he couldn't do better. It was a very sad situation that happened, and so sad that he came 6th from his group and from the finals, obviously. And he clocked a very bad timing in terms of what has been happening. And of course, it was a very sad situation that happened. So maybe let me just give a perspective of what has really happened as the chapter closed in terms of what really transpired and what happened, of course, for Zambia. So the Zambia delegation is expected to arrive at Kenneth Kaunda International Airport tomorrow on Tuesday. That is at 13 hours. So for those that would like to go and get them, of course, you can go. And the Glasgow 2026 campaign was marked by determination, resilient and memorable performances across athletes. That is boxing, judo, lawn bowls, and of course we did have swimming with Team Zambia once again showcasing the country's sports in talent and international stage. So what we managed to get as the Team Zambia, for those that needed to know, like I was saying, the successful conclusion of the Glasgow 2026 Commonwealth Games, where the nation secured 2 bronze medals only. So these bronze medals came from Catherine Mwape from boxing and Emmanuel Katema in their respective weight categories. So we only had managed 2 bronze medals from all the athletes that went, from all the sporting disciplines that went there. And we're talking about sporting codes, athletics, boxing, judo, lawn bowls, and swimming. these are the athletes or the sports code that went to the Commonwealth Games. Unfortunately, the only ones that made it, the only ones managed to get medals is 2 from boxing. So boxing gave us 2 medals, the bronze medals that came from boxing. Thank you very much for boxing, for giving us those medals. We appreciate you so much. And for those that didn't get, I think we need to sit back and find out exactly what transpired and what happened for us not to get medals, and especially those that were disqualified. And I think we need to discuss this issue of being disqualified. Muzala Samkonga, well, it's not the end of the road, but I think you need to sit down, think about what really transpired, what happened the whole year, what is it that you didn't do right that you need to work on, and find out that, just make sure that you work hard, get back onto getting back. And of course, we're expecting for you to get to the Olympics, and we are looking at Los Angeles that will be coming through for 2028. We looking at the greatest thing that is going to happen in terms of everything, or sports, in terms of what is going to happen. So Muzala Samkonga, you have to get back on the track. Make sure that you rectify anything that's happened during the Commonwealth Games, because we do have the Olympics, and you promised us gold at the Olympics. You managed to get a bronze medal, but I think we can go a little bit further, and we don't have to wait for another 28 years for us to get another medal in terms of the Olympics. Anyways, away from there, we get to the Copper Queens, and I know this is a story everybody else doesn't want to talk about. And tomorrow we will be having the Copper Queens playing their game against Malawi. It's going to be a very, very difficult game. It's a very tough game. Trust me, it's going to be really tough. But it's Malawi, and we are hoping to see Malawi. Malawi has been, I think they've improved tremendously. They've really done very well. And the only team in that group that have managed to get 6 points. So Zambia has got 3 points after 2 games, 1 loss, 1 win. Nigeria have got 3 points, 1 loss, 1 win. Egypt, unfortunately, they are the whipping girls in that group. And I actually mentioned from the beginning that Egypt is not is actually a pushover. For them, it doesn't matter what they're really doing. All they need is just to participate and get, get to win. Or even if they can score a goal like they scored against Malawi, it's a beautiful thing for them, scoring at the Africa Cup of Nations. But for Malawi, making a debut and doing exactly what they've done is a win for them. So they are getting into the game against Zambia, knowing that they have nothing to prove, nothing, nothing to lose. This is a team that is going there to just enjoy, have fun. But for Zambia, they have to win for them to have the chance of qualifying into the quarterfinals of this tournament. And they have to really do it. And look, for Malawi, just coming through into the tournament for the first time, beating the defending champions is history in the making. Winning the second game for them at the Africa Cup of Nations is another big win for them. And playing Zambia, it's a derby, Southern derby, and of course they have to really do everything possible for them to do it. And I know for the fact that Nigeria is going to beat Egypt. No matter what, it's going to beat them. But it's just a matter of how many goals are they going to score. And one thing that you should understand also is that the Africa or the WAFCON is not about goals. It's not about the goal difference. It's about the head-to-head that they will be following. So until the games are played, and these games will be played at the same time, obviously, and we'll see what really is going to transpire, what is going to happen, and what is going to go on, obviously, and this particular game, Zambia, that is going to play. So we have to put our everything down and just hope for the best for the Copper Queens. They have to beat Malawi. It's not going to be easy. Can we beat them? Yes, we can. Is it going to be easy? No, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be very tough. And they have to really find everything possible for them to just do exactly what they're supposed to do in order to win against Malawi. Malawi, like I said, they're coming from, they're not disappointed. I think their outing has been fantastic. They've been great. And probably everything that they've done is a win for them. So getting into this particular game, playing against Zambia, they have nothing to prove, number one. Number two, whether win or lose, I think they will just go with their heads high. So Zambia can still finish anywhere from first to third in Group C with qualifications for the quarterfinals, depending on their final match against Malawi. The top 2 teams in the group advance automatically, while third place relies on ranking among other third places teams. So the standing position, Zambia holds 3 points after a 6-0 win over Egypt and a 1-0 loss to Nigeria. The remaining, Zambia faces Malawi on August 5th, 2026. So it's going to be on Wednesday. That's when Zambia is going to play. And the possible finishes, first to second place. A win against Malawi guarantees Zambia 6 points, securing a top 2 spots and direct qualification to the knockout stage. Regardless of the Nigeria versus Egypt, this is where everything is happening. So a draw could also suffice depending on goal difference and the other match outcome. So Zambia, what they do with Malawi is just to win this particular game. For them to stand a chance of qualifying, they just have to win. So make sure that Zambia beat Malawi. And we have to forget about anything else that is coming through from whatever happens with Nigeria versus Egypt. It doesn't matter. What matters is Zambia beating Malawi. Is it possible? Like I said, yes, it is very possible. Is it easy? No, it's not easy. It's going to be tough. Malawi has improved in every way. You can imagine that, first of all, if you really saw what really transpired for Malawi, they played against Nigeria. The 2 sisters, they are calling them the sisters of distraction. They scored the goals. The 3 goals. But when they played against Egypt, the 3 sisters didn't even score any goals. Yes, Temwa, assisted one of the goals, but she never scored. The sisters didn't score. So meaning any person from these 2 teams can score a goal, which is good for Malawi. And they've really improved defending, attacking, midfield. They're playing for each other. They know exactly what they want. So coming to play against Zambia, with the games that Zambia plays against Nigeria, chpante kind of football, it's a very sad situation. Zambia should play the way they played against Egypt, then they can beat Malawi. Because every ball was meant for Barbara Banda, which was wrong. Because Barbara Banda, every now and then, she was having 2 players to defend. 3, 2, against 1, 4 against 1. I think other players could have taken advantage of that and do better. Anyways, we'll come and talk on Wednesday when we get back, obviously, when Zambia will be preparing to play against Malawi. And thank you very much. And of course, we'll talk about the Transitional League that is coming through, starting, of course, on the 12th of September. That is when it's going to start. We'll give how the roadmap is for the Transitional League and, of course, the main league in terms of our Zambian football. Well, thank you very much. On behalf of Kizito, Kathy, and Rhoda, we say thank you to everybody that has been watching, and make sure that you follow our page, PTV2 Zambia, and let's meet at showgrounds. Good morning and God bless.
Say hello to the new Blue Band with vanilla. Double the yum with classic Blue Band flavor and rich creamy vanilla taste. New Blue Band with vanilla, the taste you love plus vanilla. Now available in stores countrywide.